been so extremely hot outside, and the last thing anybody feels like doing is making a huge extravagant dinner at night. So today I will be sharing 5 new 10-minute dinners with you. These are dinners with simple steps, simple ingredients. They're easy to throw together, but they are so bold and delicious. Also, thank you to my friends at Skylight for sponsoring today's video. Let's get to my kitchen. Let's get to cooking. To kick us off today, we are making this one-pan chicken, veggies, and rice. My little ones love this one so much. So to a pot on the stove, add in 1 cup of chicken broth and 1 cup of instant white rice. I'm using the instant rice just because it cooks so quickly, but just cook it according to the package instructions. Now to a pan on the stove, add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a diced yellow onion. Also add in 1 cup of mixed frozen veggies. Just give this a stir. Let it cook for about 3 minutes. Also, don't mind my voice. I lost my voice because I had a little cold. But to this cutting board, I am going to cut up my rotisserie chicken. I have been loving these chilled rotisserie chickens recently just because they are so much cheaper than like the hot rotisserie chickens. This one's $1.76 a pound, but I just diced up part of it. Then I added it in with my veggies. I also added in my seasonings, a half a teaspoon of salt, a dash of pepper, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Just give this a stir and let it cook for about 4 minutes. Once the cooking time is up, go ahead and add in that cooked white rice. Give this a little stir, then you could serve this up. If you have some Parmesan cheese on hand or like cheddar cheese and you're a cheese fan, go ahead and add some cheese in. But surprisingly enough, I did not have cheese on hand, so that's why I didn't add in the cheese. But this is so good. Like I said before, my little ones absolutely love this one. If you don't want to use rotisserie chicken, you could always use canned chicken or any type of cooked chicken, or you could cook up chicken, while you're cooking up the veggies, but this one is so good, so easy to throw together, and has so much wonderful flavor. Now we're getting started on this chicken broccoli with a creamy sun-dried tomato sauce. Funny story about this one, but I kind of created this recipe years ago when we didn't have a ton of stuff in the fridge or pantry and I was like craving sun-dried tomatoes. But to this pan on the stove, I added in my olive oil along with my cubed chicken. I seasoned my 1 pound of cubed chicken with a dash of salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. Just cook the chicken for about 4 minutes. I have a 12-ounce bag of partially frozen broccoli right here. I'm just going to cut the broccoli into smaller pieces. This is just going to make the sauce a lot better in the end, so you don't have like large chunks of broccoli. But over to my chicken, now that it's like partially cooked, I added in a tablespoon of minced garlic. Just give it a little stir, and then after your garlic is fragrant, you're going to add in a half a cup of chopped sun-dried tomatoes. This is the brand I'm using. I do like this brand. I do find that it is very flavorsome. I'm also adding in a half a cup of chicken broth along with the chopped up broccoli. Like I said before, I kind of created this recipe randomly years ago, and it's hands down one of my all-time favorite recipes. It's so easy to make, but just give this a stir. Let the broccoli cook for about 6 minutes or until it is tender. Also, if you know me at all, you probably know I have never been the most organized person, like probably ever, but I finally found something that's actually helped. It is called the Skylight calendar. So what it is it's a touchscreen organizer made for families. We have been using it to keep track of everything seriously, like our schedules, chore charts. The chore charts include a fun reward system that my little ones have been absolutely loving. There's shared grocery lists that can be shared right to your phone. I especially love the meal planning part of it. You can add recipes from different websites, like mine, for example. It will show you the full written out recipe while you are cooking, which is amazing. Also, you can add recipes and edit them from the simplicity of your phone. They were kind enough to give me a discount code for you all. If you want to get a little bit more organized this year, I definitely recommend it. But just use code JuliaP30 with the link in the description box, or scan the QR code for $30 off your 15-inch Skylight calendar. But once the broccoli is tender, stir in a half a cup of heavy cream, also 1 cup of shredded Colby Jack cheese. Once the cheese is melty, you could serve this up. I'd have to say, I'll admit, this isn't the most beautiful dinner in the world, but holy smokes, this one's a good one. We often serve this over a bed of rice. I served it over white rice this time. You could serve this over egg noodles, cauliflower rice. Seriously, serve it over anything. It kind of creates like a sauce with that heavy cream. It is so rich and delicious. Like I said, This one's definitely a favorite one for us. You have to try it at some point. Now we're making this tomato Parmesan orzo. I have been making this one for quite some time. Also, if you want to make a meatless meal, just don't add the chicken in this one, and this one's a great meatless meal. I've done that before. But to a pan on the stove, I added in a tablespoon of olive oil and butter. Once it melted down, I added in my pound of cubed chicken, a diced yellow onion, tablespoon of minced garlic, and then a teaspoon of salt and pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, and then 2 teaspoons of paprika and Italian seasoning. This is so flavorsome. But just give this a stir and let the chicken cook on a higher heat for about 2 to 3 minutes. You don't need the chicken to be completely cooked through. You kind of just want the outside to be seared. And then once that chicken is to that point, you're going to add in 1 cup of uncooked orzo, 15 ounces of tomato sauce, 1 1/3 cup of chicken broth, a half a cup of heavy cream. Give this a stir and you're going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes or until that orzo is no longer crunchy in the middle. While your orzo is simmering, just make sure you do stir this often just so that orzo doesn't stick and burn to the bottom of your pan. That's happened to me in the past, and nobody likes clumpy, sticky orzo. But once your orzo is tender, add in 1 cup of fresh chopped spinach and 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese. Let the spinach wilt down. It will take about a minute, and then let that Parmesan melt down. Then you could serve it up. This is such a delicious quick dinner. Like I said before, if you're not a chicken fan, just don't add the chicken in, and there you go. You have a meatless meal. This one is so delicious. Also makes for a great freezer meal. Now we're getting started on this ham fried rice. This one just cost a few dollars to make. It is so quick and easy and delicious. I'm starting out by shredding 3 large carrots just into smaller pieces. Now to this pan on the stove, I have a tablespoon of butter that I melted in there. Now in this bowl, I'm cracking 2 eggs, and I'll whisk those eggs up, to break the yolks. And then I'm going to add the eggs into my pan, and I'm going to scramble them up just a little bit. You want those eggs to be kind of fluffy. Also, don't mind my tripod and camera shaking. My little ones sometimes, like to shake my tripod while I'm filming, but just add your eggs to a plate off to the side once they are cooked. Into the same pan that those eggs were cooked in, add in a tablespoon of sesame oil. If you don't have sesame oil on hand, no worries at all. Just use any type of oil like olive oil or really any oil. Also add in those shredded carrots along with a half a cup of frozen peas. You're also going to add in 8 ounces of ham. Ham is so affordable at the store. It adds great flavor to your food on a budget. Also adds a lot of protein. At this point, add in 3 cups of cooked cooled rice. I'm actually using a couple-day-old minute rice, and it worked out super well. But just add your cooked cooled rice right in there along with a half a teaspoon of sesame oil. Toss it every 30 seconds for about 5 minutes. Then you're going to add in 2 tablespoons of low sodium chicken broth, 3 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, and 3 sliced green onions. Stir this around, and then you are going to stir in the scrambled eggs. Let this cook for a minute or 2, and then you could serve this dinner up. Fried rice is a great dinner to make just because it is very, very affordable to throw together, packed with so much flavor and a punch of just deliciousness. And then it also has protein from the ham and the eggs, or really whatever other protein you add, like shrimp you could add, chicken, beef, anything. Fried rice is delicious. Now we're getting started on taco night. I make these tacos so often and I have never shared them with you, so I'm sharing them now. But to the pot on my stove, I have a tablespoon of olive oil. I added my ground beef. Just break your ground beef up or ground meat up and cook it through. You could use ground chicken, ground turkey, any ground meat. But now I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. Then I'm adding in a half a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. The tomato paste really makes this taco meat taste extra good and makes it work out super well, kind of combining the ingredients together. I'm also adding in a 14-ounce can of drained and rinsed pinto beans. Give this a stir, let it cook for a couple minutes, then it will look like this. It is so good. You just have to trust me. I'm also crisping up my tortillas. So to a pan on the stove, I added my oil spray, then I'm adding my little tortillas. We like using these little tiny tortillas. They're like the street tortillas, but any tortillas will work. Just crisp them up for about a minute or 2 on each side. side. And then to assemble these tacos, I kind of assemble them with anything that I have in my fridge at the time. So I just used some of that taco meat, and then I'm sprinkling on a little bit of cheese, red onion, and then a little bit of shredded lettuce and tomato. But seriously, top your tacos with anything you like. We've also made these into quesadillas in the past when I didn't have like fresh produce on hand. This is such a great way to make taco meat. It is so easy, and then the beans and the taco meat together just work so well. Same with that tomato paste. You have to try tacos like this at least one time. They're so good. Make sure you're subscribed down below the video so you don't miss the next video like this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.